Hello, beloveds. Welcome to Sacred Siren Intuition. And today I am going to be doing a awakening reading. So this reading will be like a series of readings called The Awakening. This is specifically, I set the intention that this is for those who are just awakening, kind of like just finding tarot, and you're kind of still going through your dark night of the soul and things are kind of scary and you just need some clarity on what's going on in your subconscious, your conscious mind, what's going on in your 3D, and any sort of like oracle advice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up with some oracle advice. Then I'm going to open up with oracle advice from the Starseed Oracle. The Starseed Oracle. And then I'm going to pull from the not the Line Strider. This is the Light Seers Tarot. I'm gonna pull from this, and we're gonna go into the subconscious, and then I'm going to pull from the Line Strider deck, which is this one, and we're gonna go into the conscious mind, and then I'm going to pull from this is just a Rider-Waite deck. I'm gonna pull from this deck, and we're gonna pull to see what's going on in the 3D, okay? Then I'm gonna pull some love messages from the Tarot of Sexual Magic. And yeah, and if I decide to flow in a different way, then I decide to flow in a different way, you feel me? But that's the plan, and let's get it. Got Judgment on the bottom of the deck already. That's good. All right. Connecting to absolute source, organic source at this time. As that you allow me to be used as a vessel for your spirit at this time to convey the highest messages possible. As that you use me as a vessel in order to convey energies of awakening, making it easier for people, making it, facilitating it, allowing it to progress, allowing people to feel calmness and serenity, allowing people to feel peace and comfort from hearing the clarity that I have to give. And so it is. Thank you. Alright, Spirit, can I get an oracle or two for the Awakening Collective? Surrender to the sweetness. Okay, I've got three. I'm gonna read all three of these since this is just, okay, or it's not in there. Back to your regularly scheduled programming. Okay. Oh, that's better if I just put it like that. Okay. As I was. Okay, so we got Surrender to the Sweetness, Called, and Breath of the Cosmos. So, Surrender to the Sweetness, I think this has, yeah, it does. 112. Okay, Surrender to the Sweetness reads, let's put this like this. All right, perfect. Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. This is a sensual, highly feminine card. It's a card that is a call to surrender to the sweetness of life, to let the ever-abundant feminine take over, to taste the fruits you've been working so hard to grow, to let your senses take over and really drink your life with wonder, to get intoxicated on the simple bounty that this planet has to offer and which you have within you when your well is full. The ancient Babylonians connected the feminine goddess Ishtar to the planet Venus, and in Roman mythology, Venus was the goddess of love and beauty. In our night sky, aside from the moon, Venus shines the brightest. Time is our most precious resource, and it's the greatest healer. If you've been all work and no play, this is a sign to take some time out to reconnect with your lover, play with your children, and give yourself the luxury of time without an agenda. Many of us are so busy building our lives that we forget to enjoy them. We forget why we decided to build them in the first place. Disconnection from the sweetness causes more pain than we realize. So many of us walk into soulless buildings 5 days a week in the name of survival. We strive to build the life of our dreams but drive ourselves to exhaustion. This card is wooing you back to the pleasures of being human, to focusing on what really matters and enjoying your incredible life. The questions associated with this card, which you may want to write in your journal, are: how can you surrender to the sweetness of life? What's one way you can enjoy your life a little more? All right. Then we have called. All right. Is it recording? Okay, yeah, it's recording. Surrender to, I'm lying. Oh my gosh. 44. 44 is a master number. You'd have to look it up. I don't know off the top of my head what exactly it means, but it's definitely a master number. Isn't it? Yeah. It is. It is. Okay. So, called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. You came to Earth with a double mission: to grow as a soul and bring about a shift in consciousness. The best way to fulfill these personal and collective purposes is to trust what it is that your soul is calling you towards, for it's encoded within the most direct path forward. Your soul has many unique gifts that it came here to share. Some you may already be aware of, some you are just beginning to uncover. You're being called to remember that your soul intelligently chose the perfect conditions to carry out your soul's mission and share your soul's gifts. If you're being called towards a creative project, a passion, or an adventure, this card is your confirmation that you're facing the right way and that this moment right here is destined. If you're feeling underprepared or thinking, who am I to do that? This card is guiding you to step up. And consider perhaps that your soul has been training for this moment right here for lifetimes. Okay, in the activation, it says, I call forth, my hand is cramping, y'all, I'm sorry. I call forth the soul gifts and soul training that I've received throughout all of my lifetimes. I'm ready to embody them all now without hesitation or fear. I fully commit to being here now. I'm ready to step into my soul's highest and most potent calling. I've been training for this for lifetimes. And this one is Breath of the Cosmos. Okay. Hold on. All right. My will to thy will. Micromanaging the universe. When we rely only on our own will, we are micromanaging the universe and resisting the natural flow of life. We're not trusting the mysterious breath of life. We're rejecting the great cosmic intelligence and relying instead on our personal strength. When we do this, we find ourselves attempting to bend things to our will. We spend our time forcing, pushing, and living from a space of trying to. Everyone around us can feel it, and the universe can too. You're being called to stop micromanaging the universe and trust the breath of life, to surrender to the greater will that God has for you, to move from my will to thy will. And when you surrender to the greater will of life, you begin dancing with the rest of life. When you bow to the great mystery and say, please use me, please show me the way, little by little you find yourself living your most fulfilling, authentic life. When you surrender your personal will, when you relinquish control and release the way you think things should be and surrender to the greater will, you find yourself being led. You begin breathing the breath of life. Oops, I'm sorry. That's the card, okay? 101 on the clock. Actually, it was 10:01, which is a mirroring energy. Some of you may be on your twin flame journey, and that's how you found me. Okay, we're gonna keep these on the board, but put them up there. And what's next? So I said the light seer for what's going on in your subconscious right now, anything you need to be aware of, any bad habits you need to address, any type of healing that needs to be done. What's going on in your subconscious? What's going on in the subconscious of the collective, Spirit? I only take cards that flip over. Spirit be so funny. Okay. Alright. These cards are so thick, I be thinking that there's like 2 cards, but it's not. We got the Knight of Swords. We're gonna pull 3 cards for the subconscious, okay? What's going on in the collective's subconscious, Spirit? Okay, we're gonna take that 10 of Cups. That's good. And one more. I want to see what that is, the 2 of Wands. Okay, okay, so things are shifting. I'm seeing you, you may have been more like defiant lately, like speaking up for yourself. I'm seeing that your subconscious is working through, like becoming free and speaking, it's like speaking a truth, but it's like that fiery energy of like, I'm gonna say what the heck I gotta say, regardless of how anybody feels about it. You may find yourself saying things out of your mouth and then having to be like, ooh, like, I didn't mean to say that, like, or you're just doing things that are kind of avant-garde or that are expressions of your inner child. I'm getting where like your inner child may have like been told like no dessert before dinner, so now you're like the last couple of weeks or whatever, a couple days out of the week, you'll have like dessert before dinner, you'll have dessert as soon as you get home, and then you'll make dinner later. Or you may have recently like cut your hair or recently dyed your hair because you just felt like you wanted to. These subconscious feelings or thoughts are expressed through, so it's like a subconscious thought is expressed through a covert action. So you may think like, I don't care what anybody thinks, and so you may go and dye your hair. That's what I mean by what's going on in your subconscious mind. So what's subconsciously influencing you at this time, okay? So speaking the truth is influencing you right now. Running to tell people, like shouting it from the mountaintops what you feel, which be careful with that, because for the collective I'm tapping into, you are in the beginning stages of your journey, and the things that you feel and think right now, even though they're like new to you now, you're gonna evolve past them. So, but people are gonna always remember that you were the person that spoke out against this. Like you were the person that spoke out against Christianity, or you were the person that, you know, was into that spiritual stuff and devil worshiping, and you were the person who, you know, spoke out against monogamy, or spoke out against polygamy, or you spoke out against this, or you spoke out against that. They'll always remember you as like the person who just had that loud mouth, or the person who tried to convert everyone to spirituality or religion or something of that nature. And you don't want that to be your mark, especially as you grow in your spirituality. You want people to kind of see you as a guide, people to see you as someone who's open-minded. And some of you are in the stage where you don't care how people see you. And I just want to caveat that a little bit as well. Like, you need other people to view you you need to be in your authenticity, but you want to be able to be in your authenticity in a way where you're not unnecessarily ruffling feathers, because the way that people view you manifests who you are, almost as powerfully as the way you view you manifests who you are. Not to say every person has an input in you being who you are, but it's like the way people view you will affect how you're treated, will affect the opportunities that you have. So just be careful of that, okay? We also have the 10 of Cups in your subconscious. So you've been really doing things that allow you to take a step towards your happiness. So they take a step towards your authenticity, to take a step towards, like you're figuring it out. Like, what do I really want? You know, in a partner, what do I really want? Like, where do I want to live in the country? Where do I want to settle down? Who do I want to settle down with? Do I want the type of spouse who is working a lot? And do I want the type of spouse who's detached? Do I want the type of spouse who is a stay-at-home mom or a stay-at-home dad? Okay, what do I really want out of life? Like, you know, like your type is changing as far as relationships. 616 on the clock. Your type is changing as far as the type of house you're gonna look for. When somebody's looking for a house, I'm seeing sold. Somebody's selling their house, and someone's looking for a house. Someone's gonna find luck where like they've been looking for a house for months, and they finally find the perfect one, and it just got on the market, and they're gonna snatch it right back off. But yeah, so somebody just bought a Mercedes too. Let's see. Somebody just got reunited with their kids. That's dope. The world upside down. Anyways. So yeah, you've been really expressing with what you do, what you say, and who you surround yourself with, what you want your life to look like in 10 years, who you want to be surrounding you in 10 years. The people who are kind of your type of people are changing. You're getting away from superficialities and really figuring out like what type of people make you happy to be around them. What type of people fulfill you and fill you up? And that's changing what you look for in a partner. That's changing how you interact with your children. You're becoming more patient with your children if you have children. You're becoming more aware of how you treat them and how they feel. And maybe even some people looking into like conscious parenting books and things of that nature. I'm seeing someone is like a young woman who's like maybe my age, 23, I see, is like preparing to be a parent. She's not pregnant yet, but she feels it coming. And she's kind of reading conscious parenting books and doing a lot of research on pregnancy and infancy and child development. She may be like a child development teacher, or she work at a daycare. Somebody sells insurance and is getting tired of it. Just getting tired of it. Somebody needs a better work-life balance, for sure. To be at a job where they are, I don't know why I'm shuffling. To be at a job where they're actually, they not benefit their employees, but they appreciate their employees, okay? Let's see, the Hanged Man. So this is you gaining new perspectives due to this spiritual journey that you're on. So due to this awakening, you are gaining new perspectives on yourself, on those around you, on things that are going on in the world. You have a broader perspective on how to operate, how to take care of your body, and you've been doing things that you've never done before in ways that you've never done before, and taking more time to just be still and to think about things from other people's perspective, and to sorry, to think about things from other people's perspective and what they may be going through, and being more considerate of others, and being more considerate that everything, did I drop a card on the floor? Oh, no, I didn't. That everything that you experience may not be what meets the eye, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything is not what it seems type of energy. And you're becoming okay with it, but it's still kind of freaking you out. It's still like your subconscious is becoming okay with it, but consciously, I think you're still freaking out with it. Okay. What's going on in the collective's conscious mind at this time, Spirit? I got the Hermit on the bottom of the deck. So taking some time alone to do this inner work that you've been doing, to integrate these gifts that you've been integrating, which may manifest as anxiety or severe sensitivity. Okay. Ten of Cups coming out. Oh, look at so we've got some balanced people. We've got some balanced people in this collective. That's amazing, because the Ten of Cups came out in your subconscious and it's coming out in your conscious mind. So you're really, really focused on partnerships, collaborations. What will bring you emotional fulfillment at the end of the day? What will make you feel complete emotionally? What will make you feel like fulfilled, like passionate and secure and comfortable and loved, and make you feel love and make you express love? Okay. Okay, Four of Cups. What's going on in the collective conscious mind at this time? Five of Pentacles. So yeah, you may be feeling pretty lonely. Death on the bottom of the deck as an underall energy, right? That death rebirth cycle where parts of ourselves are dying, and we have to grieve them and let them go and forgive ourselves for being that person. Maybe it was bad for us, right? And we have to forgive ourselves for being that person and not feel guilty and not feel shamed surrounding it. But also, we have to understand that that part of us doesn't need to be completely eradicated. It just needs to be balanced, you know, so we don't go like so what they call it, like the healing pendulum. So going from being completely codependent to being a narcissist, we don't want to do that. We just want to balance it out to whereas we know when, like knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to show your hand, knowing when to be transparent and how to be transparent, and being comfortable with being transparent about where you fall short and who you are and where you actually are with love, with your healing, with how much you know, how much you're able to do, but also knowing how to at sometimes create illusions in order to help you to manifest more advanced skills. Okay. 10 of Cups. So yeah, your 10 of Cups is this 10 of Cups is again this emotional fulfillment energy. Moving on to this 4 of Cups. 4 of Cups in your conscious mind speaks about not knowing what to choose, or knowing what to choose but waiting. And so a lot of this energy of you wanting to speak your truth, I'm glad to see that you guys are being balanced in what you do put out there, what you do put into the public, and that's important. Allow yourself to go through this transformation in private. The more public you go through this early transformation, the more that others will try to discredit you later. If you just pop up enlightened, people are gonna be like, whoa. But if you pop up like enlightened, but you don't really know, but you have the knowing, but you don't really know, you can't really explain, people are, by the time you do know, there are gonna be a lot of people that you can no longer reach because they no longer want to hear what you have to say. You see what I'm saying? Which, if that's something you may be thinking like, okay, I don't care, I'm gonna speak my truth. Do it if that's your path. But this is just like a little bit of advice based on my journey. Okay. And then this 5 of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold, feeling as though oh, I forgot to even show y'all the cards, but it's fine. Feeling as though you don't have anyone around you, feeling as though like your money may be going up in the air, and that happens during spiritual awakenings. Like, it happens. You may lose your job out of nowhere and be like, holy shit, what do I do? Or your hours may be cut, or you may have to work from home and now the kids are running around and it's just not an ideal situation. Or you may feel like you need to quit your job and you quit it and on like, you know, kind of like a whim type of thing, like, I just can't take this anymore, I quit. Or you stopped going to work, or you started calling in because you just weren't feeling it anymore, and then you get fired or something of that nature. Or you just stop responding to certain friends because they just didn't inspire you, and now they don't respond to you, or now, you know, y'all are no longer friends, so you're losing friendships, you're losing connections. You may be speaking your truth to family members and people don't want to hear it. Maybe it's triggering for them. Maybe you're unearthing family secrets and you want to talk about things and people don't want to talk about them. And so you may be getting shunned or shut out of the family, or scapegoated, or black sheeped, if you will. So that could be occurring right now in your conscious mind as well. Just feeling left out in the cold. What's going on in the 3D, Spirit? For the awakened and the awakening collective. Y'all saw that flip over, right? Y'all saw that? No? Okay, maybe I'm tripping. What's going on in the 3D? What actions are taking place in the 3D? What actions are taking place in the 3D? Things to be cautious of, things to look forward to. What actions are taking place in the 3D? What's going on in the 3D? Things to be cautious of, things to look forward to. So there's some sort of like twin flame energy here, and I will eventually do a twin flame reading. I'm not feeling too twin flamey right now. I'm trying to get the monthlies out. Not even that I'm not feeling twin flamey, but I'm trying not to do too many readings in a day and burn myself out. Again, with the 5 of Pentacles in the same position. So if you see, we got the 5 of Pentacles here and the 5 of Pentacles here, okay? So the 5 of Pentacles in your conscious mind and the 5 of Pentacles in your 3D. So honestly, what's going on in your, so as above, so below, as within, so without. So if it's going on in either your conscious or your subconscious mind, it will manifest. So the good thing about that is that you speaking your truth is going to manifest into your conscious mind, and then it's going to manifest into your physical reality. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping to see, like, when I do this, I'm going to do these weekly, and I'm hoping to see what goes on in your conscious, I'm going to say your subconscious, to move to your conscious mind, and what goes on in your conscious mind to move into your 3D. That's really how it manifests, okay? But it makes sense to see this 5 of Pentacles feeling left out in the cold, feeling like you need to seek counsel, feeling like you need help and support and like you're lacking. So something that you may want to put in your shadow work journal. If you want a shadow work reading with me, or you want one of these personally, one of these awakening readings personally, where I tell you what's going on in your subconscious, your conscious, and your 3D, and I give you advice, you can book that in the comment below. I'm sorry, not the comment below. The description box, there's a link to my website, and you can book that on there. You can also connect with me on social media. My Instagram is @itssirensays, and my Twitter is the same, and my Facebook is Siren Says. So you can connect with me on social media, and I do all types of deals and discounts and stuff like that. A lot of times my readings are half off if you book through social media, okay? All right. Also, I'm getting this energy of Four of Pentacles, right? I'll put this right here. So I'm getting this energy of Four of Pentacles, keeping things close to your breast, keeping things close to your chest, not really wanting to express a whole lot because you don't want people to think you're crazy. Don't want people to, you don't feel like you can relate to anyone at this time. Like you're kind of feeling like an alien at this time. Feeling like, damn, I don't know what's going on. It's so cool. And when you do find someone you feel like is on the same wavelength, you express yourself, but you're just keeping things close until you have a solid foundation in what you know and what you've been experiencing. And that's fine. I love to see that. What I don't like to see is this Five of Cups energy, which is you looking at the past versions of you, the past habits you've had, the past relationships you've had, and wishing that you still had them. Allow dead things to die. Allow things to move out of your life, because if you look, you still have 2 cups here that are perfectly fine, that are perfectly full. Okay, you still have 2 cups and you only have 2 hands anyway. So now you can grab these cups, this emotion, this fulfillment, this happiness, this pureness, this love. You can grab this hand. You can grab these cups, take 1 in each hand, and you can go on your way. You see what I'm saying? Like you can keep moving. You can keep moving forward. With all of these cups here, you couldn't keep moving. You had baggage that you had, and now that you've released it, you're kind of mourning it, which that time is necessary. That time is needed. Take time to do the shadow work. Take time to mourn and grieve, but don't take too much time, okay? Don't take more time than it's necessary, okay? But also don't try to tell yourself that you're done, you're over it, and you really just need some more time, all right? But just stay in connection with your emotions. Tap into your own emotions. Tap into who you are and your soul purpose and your soul expression, and do it with yourself first, okay? Or with a guru, or I hate that freaking word, with like a spiritual counselor or spiritual teacher or something of that nature, okay? If you need counsel, or if you're religious, go into your pastor, your rabbi, your what are they called? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Person in the church. Okay. All right. So we're gonna pull. Oh, where's the back? Oh, it's over here. Okay. We're gonna pull 1 card from the Oracle of Visions. All right. And then we're gonna pull for love for this collective, and then we're gonna be done. All of my readings are long, so I don't know what to tell people. I don't know. So I try to I'm gonna keep all my readings at 20 minutes. Like, nah. But I will start doing like 20-minute readings, and then having the extended will be available like on my Patreon. Okay, 26 breaks down to an 8. Let's see what 26 says. So advice for the Awakening Collective is past and future, fresh start. All right, here's the picture. You just have to turn the page. It's tough knowing what has happened in the past and how close we've been, but you can't dwell on the past. This is the time to rewrite a new chapter for the future. Hopefully we can put ourselves in a position where we'll all be happy. We are often encouraged to live in the moment, enjoy the present, and not to dwell too much on either the past or future. In a sense, the present is the least consequential of the 3 concepts. It's merely an abstract state that we inhabit, but for an instant. In this frozen moment, the woman balances symbols of the enduring concepts of time that precede and follow on from it. On one side is the past, which is now locked and cannot be changed, symbolized by a book on its last page and fully written. But there is also a mirror, as the past still provides value as a reference for reflection and for appraisal and lessons learned. On the other side of her, on the other side of her, there's a key that will open doors to new opportunities in a blank book ready to be written. So that's perfect. That's perfect advice for this reading. I don't even need to like elaborate on that. And we're gonna pull from Tarot of Sexual Magic for love. Can I get some insight and advice on love for the Awakening Collective? What is to come for the Awakening Collective in love? What's coming for the Awakening Collective in love? What is coming for the Awakening Collective in love? Can I get 3 cards, Spirit, please? Oh, we got the Wheel. Okay, I'm gonna read these out of the book too. Just give me a second. I'm not gonna show the cards because these are naked people's. Okay, so what I have is 3 major arcanas coming out for you, okay? The Wheel, which is 10, and the Hermit, which is 9, and the Magician, which is 1. So really we have 10-10 on the board. Mirroring energy, starting new things energy. But right now, hold on, wait, because I want to read. I'm gonna read the card intuitively, and then I'm gonna read from the book. So with the Wheel, that's the Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting that you're exploring a lot of different facets of yourself sexually. I'm getting that you're going to begin, some of you may be exploring with the same sex. Some of you may be exploring with loving yourself and taking time to kind of like, if you're a feminine, like lounge around in lingerie or self-pleasure or, you know, get in touch with your sacred sexuality. Reading books on sacred sexuality and things of that nature. With this Hermit card, I'm seeing that you're kind of, some of you may be choosing celibacy or abstinence. Some of you may be kind of not willingly abstinent or celibate, but there's just no one in your space right now you feel like you can connect to. You've been kind of getting you've been kind of getting deeper into keeping your body sacred, or again, you just don't have the desire to kind of go out and have mindless, senseless, heartless hookups. But you want love, but you see other people out there having fun and having sex and just enjoying life, and you're kind of looking out and being like, is that what I still want? Does that still resonate? No, it doesn't. But what does resonate? And nothing. You're kind of in a void right now of like, what does resonate as far as love, as far as sex, as far as connecting with others romantically. Okay. And then I have this Magician energy of like, you're manifesting your partner at this time, which makes sense with the 10 of Cups being your subconscious and your conscious mind. You're really manifesting, what do you want in a partner? What do you want in love? And taking the time to script it, like i.e. write it down in a notebook, taking the time to be honest about it, taking the time to look for it, and when you don't find it in someone, not trying to pretend like it's there just because the looks are there. Not basing your romantic choices on superficiality and things of that nature. So that's all I have for you guys. I love you, sending you lots of love, lots of care, lots of comfort, and I will talk to you guys next week. Bye.